lot of different gods. And I've always walked more that path. I started to question whether or not amongst all the different beliefs, if there's maybe one story that's the exact same. And maybe that's
Agreed.
where God might be. You know what I'm saying? So,
Uh-huh.
in my opinion, as far as us putting faith, I think everybody puts faith in something. So is it wrong for them to have as much faith? I can't say whether or not somebody was, you put, when you emailed me, like they're praying for 400 years. Like, were y'all doing that? Come on, man.
Like,
in any situation, you got to have faith in something, whether it's yourself,
exactly.
whether, and so if it's a faith in something not seen and God is the foundation for that, then it's okay. Because that kind of allows you to take faith in a lot of other things as you go throughout life. Right. Like, am I going to get this job? I don't know. I got faith in it.
Right. Do you feel though, like the Black community though, like they do put too much faith into God?
Ooh.
Because like even now in 2021, with the cops killing us and us, having to deal with that, what do you see on TV? The Black moms crying, talking of, pray for my family, pray for this and that, and or just in civil in your everyday life, Black families, we send our condolences. I'm praying for you, So do you feel like we, as a community, as a whole, that we put too much faith into God?
I feel like there are a lot of us that can just put a little bit too much in the way that it doesn't sound like you have as much faith in yourself. Because it's like when we watched Life of Pi when we were young, Will Smith and his son telling the story. With the man drowning, the guy came with the boat. God gonna save me. God gonna save me. Man drowned. God, why didn't you save me? I sent 3 boats. It's like you have to have faith in yourself just as much that the things that I'm presenting to you, you have the strength to get to. Like, I'm gonna give you the life you want, but are you strong enough to walk towards it? Where's the faith in yourself? So I do sometimes believe that when we are at our lowest, sometimes it's hard to see a way out, and we might just look to God a little more than we need to, and we could balance that energy by looking towards ourselves and the faith of things not seen.
Right.
So yeah, sometimes we do, but that's okay, because sometimes we all do a little bit of too much of everything.
Right. Yeah. True. Okay. Now, totally off topic. We're going to jump to something else. Now, the last episode we did, I had a female artist, singer. Her name is Wasila. She amazing. I had such an amazing time talking to her. But anyway, I asked her how she felt about Black men protecting the Black women. Yeah. Now I have you, Black man, Black king. How do you feel about Black women protecting? Not maybe not necessarily protecting, but uplifting.
Yeah.
Uplifting the Black man. I guess protecting too. More so uplifting, because I do feel like a lot of the time, like I said when I was talking to her, I said I feel like a lot of the time Black men kind of get a lot of shit for not protecting Black women, and I agree with that. Not all the Black men, but a lot of the times I do feel like we don't get defended enough by the Black man. But I also feel like a lot of times Black women tend to bash Black men and want to still get protected, but I'm like, you can't do that when you over here telling this man he ain't shit, he this and that. Yeah. You just So what is your take on that as a Black man?
You trying to get me in trouble by all the people. I do feel like it's a tough road for both sides. Myself as a Black man, it's always been that whole facade of, you have to present yourself to be as such. You got to be this, you got to do it like that, you got to be on top of the A game, this and that and that. And it's not like that. The world doesn't work like that. We ain't always going to be in control. We can't always have it figured out. And I think the biggest thing right now with who is it? Stop, Cat. Is it Taraji? I believe Taraji's doing the thing about mental health.
Yes.
Yeah, I could really appreciate that. because there's so many people in my life, our brothers, our sisters that I know that have endured a lot of mental issues. And I think it's so difficult for us to speak on that, because just as much as they're like, yeah, you're a king, that we always look at y'all, you're a queen, you strong, you this, you that. We hype each other up so much that sometimes we almost feel like we can't live up to that. Like, I can't always be a king. I can't always have my game face on. Sometimes I'm going to be down. Sometimes I'm going to be broken. Now, what we're good at is not showing that to the world. We're good at always keeping that facade on and going out in the world. But I think I can really appreciate that we're starting to open up to each other a little more, be honest with each other more, because it's necessary. Right. We can't always be strong.
And I was gonna ask, what I wanted to ask next. Do you feel like within the Black community, do we address us having mental health issues enough? Because like you said, we've gone through so much, and we still do. Like, even again in today's society, living in the ghettos, there's no, there's no telling what people go through. We don't know everybody's story, but I know we all have some kind of similar stories as far as how we are growing up. Everybody has a story, and I do feel like a lot of the times within the Black families, mental illness is a big issue, but we don't ever want to talk about it, especially. And I'm sorry to single you out, but especially within Black men. Black men, they always, it's always, they have to be, you can't show no weakness, no emotion, no cry, no tears, nothing.
It's quite the opposite. If you in my camp, if you run on with my people, I can't help but be, I'm a Gemini, first of all. There's two sides to me. All right. So you can go through a list of, one of the greatest was Tupac. He can't help it. He said, I'm tough. I'm tough, but it's because I'm so sensitive. I'm so emotional. You have to cover that side up. There's so much to me that I can't help but give both sides to people. I got to be as vocal as I can while being as reserved as I can. Right. And when I'm talking Jay Namusa, if I'm talking to him, we hanging out, have some lunch, I'm going to tell the homie I love him before I leave. This could be the last time I see the man. I ain't going to call him up every day and tell him.
And I love
but if
that.
I'm talking to the man, it's important that you let your people know that I got your back. Way beyond just, hey, all right, my dude, I'll holler at you. Nah, it's cool. It's okay to be real with your people that you care about.
And I'm starting to see that, a little bit more with like, the Black guys that I know. I'm starting to see that. I'll catch, I'm telling their friends, hey, I love you, bro. And I personally, I love it. And the first time I ever heard, I was a little shocked because, growing up, you don't really see that. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. You good. I actually muted my mic for a second because there's a cat over here. But we're starting to grow into a point that we're getting comfortable like that. I have a lot of people that I do know that that are not as comfortable. That you still have to gauge the situation. Some people immediately, go to the total left field with some stuff. Right. But it's important that we constantly keep that communication open. And I'm high on communication. You got to let me know what's going on. You can read people. Hindsight's 20/20 says, somebody in the first 10 seconds of meeting them, you know something about them. So it's those moments where you ask when you homie, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. You ain't good, bro. What's wrong? Right. It's okay to ask, man. What's wrong, bro?
But what do you think that is, though, that we have especially such a hard time with that within our communities, with dealing with that? And why do you think that is?
Because of where we came from, because of seasoning in the islands, because of the whole thing about, buck breaking, the ideas of putting us in situations, sodomizing our ancestors and stuff like that. These moments where little boys had to look at their fathers in these situations and these people are trying to get it in their head that your father's not a man or your father's not this and that. So even as much as it became difficult for us to articulate our feelings, it's just as much difficult, I imagine, for any of us in the gay community to be vocal because of where we came from. Like, us as a people, no matter what decision we decide to whatever path we decide to take, it's going to come with a lot more hurdles than it will for a lot of other people. And that's just simply because of who we are in our history. Because we judge each other just as much as we try not to have the rest of the world judge us.
No, for
And it's
real.
like, yeah, oh, you gay? Oh, this guy, man, you just like this and that. Nah, people can do what they want. People can be what they want. But it is difficult, and I personally just believe it's because of where we came from and the things we've already had to endure.
Right.
So our grandparents and our parents don't. Well, my parents, I imagine your parents, our parents probably cool. It was like, yo, be vocal and whatnot, but we know a lot of our ancestors weren't like that. You can't afford to just speak your mind.
Yeah.
You signing your name with an X and stuff. You barely got your own life.
Right. Now, before we get out of here, I want to ask you, what is the importance of a Black man? Not as a man, the importance of a Black man to society, to anyone, period.
Wow. How you gonna ask me a question like this? If I don't answer this right, that's it. My career done. What is the importance of a Black man? That's a journey right there. So I would imagine it's like,
or what? Why is it important to you being a Black man? What is it? What does that mean to you?
I think, I know, I'm not sure. I feel, I'm gonna go with that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
that
the burden of being a Black man comes with a lot of strength as well, right? Just as difficult as it can be, it puts you in a different, it has you walk different. When Obama walked in the room, that type of energy. Yeah, it's like you know when someone's in there, and it came from a lot. It's a history of just chiseling and going at that same piece of artwork until you make it perfect. And it's like being us, the bronze skin, being the perfect embodiment of the human being. Oh. Watch out now, being who we are. It's just a necessary. It's a necessary thing. That's the best answer I can give you. We are just a necessary embodiment to the energy of people. Like, just as much as there's bad and good, we need us.
Right.
Why you ask me this question now?
Now, okay. So what do you think the world would be without the Black man? How would this world be? Because I know it'd be in shambles without the Black woman, but
oh yeah.
But what about the Black man? How would this world be without you all? It'd be in shambles without y'all too. But I want to get your take on it.
Would it be anything without us? Would it be anything at all? That's all I'm gonna leave it right there.
You end it like that. All right, well then that's it, y'all. We out. That's the end of that.
I mean, we go to slavery. We go through the timeline. We're conduits to every piece of everything. We were always there. I don't know how far back, and I'm not going to be the one to try and timestamp it, but you know that every time you go back to, who was what was it? The first, what is her name? It was the first human being, the first human skeleton, full body found anywhere. It was in Africa. What was her name? I can't remember. It was a woman. So it's the idea that we were the first person. We were the first people.
Right.
I don't know. I can't say, but I do know that, the story continues, but you look at them chapters and a lot of them got a lot to do with us.
Of course. All the time. Yeah. All the time. Was it Lucy?
Yeah, you know what? I think.
That's what it says.
Right.
Lucy, a 3.2 million-year-old fossil skeleton of a human ancestor, was discovered in 1974 in Hadar, Ethiopia. Yeah, Lucy. Yep, oldest homo. Yeah, that's crazy. I've never I learned something new today. But that's all right, y'all. That's it. We're gonna have to wrap it up. I enjoyed you so much. I really enjoyed talking to you and everything. It's been great. But before we get out of here, I'm gonna let you go ahead and plug yourself. Let the listeners know where we can find you. and
Got you.
where you can hear music at and all that. So
Appreciate